Hello, beautiful world. My name is Yolanda. I am here to provide some study tips for the real estate exam and the MBLEX exam. So let's get started. Your time is very valuable. Please remember that. I do have an outline here of the content I'm going to go over and some notes to keep me on task. So let's get started. For one, if you hear any music in the background, I don't own any rights to any of the music that you may hear, nor am I a licensed educator or anything like that. I'm just here to help. So we're going over the intro right now, and then we're gonna just so you all kind of know like a background story of myself, and we're gonna go over some resources, real estate resources, MBLEX resources, and then at the end we're going to end with some positive notes, okay, some positive feedback. So let's see, I will be posting videos every Wednesday, so be prepared for that. I will be doing that every Wednesday on Instagram. Not sure of any other platforms at this time. And before we begin, I always like to start with setting your intentions. Set your intentions, understand your why, and maybe like start a vision board or write down your goals so that you can kind of know where you're heading and what your end game looks like. So here is some background story of myself and how I entered into my blended careers as a entrepreneur. So I'm classifying myself as an entrepreneur. So first, my relationship with God is very important. We always have these realistic conversations. He is my guidance, and I pretty much go from what he tells me what to do. And I truly believe that you gotta have like some kind of belief or tune into whatever you believe in or whoever you believe in, because you're going to need that support and guidance. So let's go to why I became a real estate agent. So I became a homeowner in 2019, and the process was very lengthy, and there was a lot of like little parts and pieces that was like, it was a lot. So going through that whole home buying process, I've decided to become a licensed real estate agent because I wanted to help people. And so I realized the process, again, was not easy. So I figured I'll bring some genuine guidance, transparency, while communicating with each client during that home buying process. So I started my real estate journey in 2020. I think a lot of people started their journeys to finding out if they wanted to own a business or if they wanted to change careers in 2020 because of so many things that happened. So I started my journey in 2020. I signed up for like 2 different courses. I paid for 2 different real estate courses. Unfortunately, those courses was canceled due to COVID. So I ended up going through a course online called CE Shops, and I'm not an online person, so that was very difficult for me to even kind of push out the money for that. The cost is different for each state, so you have to go based on whichever state that you want to become licensed in. So I started my journey. I took my real estate exam in November 2020. I passed. Whoop, whoop. And then as far as my massage therapy journey, I started that journey working with adults with disabilities in a day program. And I realized the power of touch was like real. And it may have something to do with decreasing someone's behaviors. I worked in a day program, and a lot of the adults did have behaviors, and we started this sensitivity like program, nothing like license or anything. We just had a sensory room. We would have like relaxation music playing, and we would like massage their hands and their arms terms, and we seen their behaviors go down. No scientific proof, but this is what I experienced. So I signed up for school in 2010, and passed my like my local exam. It was like a certification exam to actually work as a massage therapist, or I should say a certified massage technician in 2010. So 2010 was to me like a long time ago, and I should have took my MBLEX right after school, but I didn't. So I've been a certified massage technician up until this year, March 2021 is when I passed my MBLEX exam. So, and passed on the first try, thank God. So I really did have a lot of struggles doing both of these processes as far as studying. So I figured, I'm here to help anyone with some studying tips. Not saying that it will work for you, but it worked for me. And of course, working 2 jobs and going through some family tragedies and obligations during this time of studying was very difficult. So I tell anyone, if you have the mindset to stay focused and do what you need to do, you will get through it. Okay, and don't forget about COVID, because it definitely entered our lives in 2020 and is still here in 2021. So be prepared, set your intentions, get a planner with like the time frames on there. My planner starts at 5 a.m. and it ends at 10 p.m. But you definitely need a planner. You need something to hold you accountable for your obligations to yourself, which is very important. Okay, so some of the resources that I've used was you definitely need outlines. The content outlines that is provided to you online. It's a must. So for your MBLEX, you can go to FSMTB website. And for your real estate exam, you just have to go to the Real Estate Commission website for whichever state you want to become licensed in. I do know for the real estate, you will have 2. You will have one for the state and you will have one for the national. So be prepared for those 2 outlines. So just remember, you just need to stay focused. Okay, stay focused. And in your planner, you definitely want to map out your study times. You want to map out family time. You want to map out if you want to go out and have some fun. Just be realistic with your planning. So please note the other resources I'm about to provide. I'm not a sponsor of either one of them. These are just again tips that I've used, resources that I've used to help me get through both exams. Okay, excuse me. So let's see. So for the real estate, of course, you all know I use the CE shops. Since all the in-person classes was canceled due to COVID. CE Shop was very detailed program. I really, really liked it. And it had like tests after each subject. And then at the end, once you get through all your subjects and everything, you do have like practice exams. And you will not be able to move forward until you pass that like practice 1 or 2 or 3 or whatever that consists of. It was pretty good. For real estate, I also used Prep Agent. It was very simple content, like basic language to me. The Joe and his team was fabulous. Like they're all on YouTube. They're like everywhere. You look them up and you'll find them on Instagram, YouTube. It doesn't really matter. So I had the paid program. And the reason why I got the paid program is because of the vocabulary. The vocabulary for real estate is very, very vital. So you definitely need to know your vocabulary. If you don't know your vocabulary, you're going to be lost while studying for the real estate exam. And for the MBLEX, I used ABMP Exam Coach. That is, I think it's like $75. And it's mainly, to me, I mainly use that for vocabulary and time tests. very resourceful. I use that a lot because it's kind of similar to just like taking your MBLEX, but it's not the same content. I'm just speaking in terms of timed. It's definitely timed, and it'll kind of let you know where you are. It'll give you a percentage. It'll give you your weaknesses and your strengths on each subject that you're doing well on or that you're not doing well on. So A, B, and P exam coach was very helpful. I didn't do any of the apps. I just didn't do any of the apps. And then I also purchased the MBLEX prep book. I will show you that when we go. I think it'll be like in 2 weeks we will go over the MBLEX, but next week will be real estate tips. So I'll show you that book as well that I use. Very good study aid for all learning types. When I say all learning types, I mean all learning types. And it also came with like tests inside of the textbook as well. So some other resources that I use, I purchased a lot of index cards, a lot of poster boards. I mean like the large poster boards that you can get from the Dollar Tree. I chose like colorful ones. I'm not sure why, just to grab my attention. So I chose the colorful ones, color markers, just something to kind of bring out whatever your learning style is. And for my planner, I got these from Amazon. So I use these pens and markers here to help me kind of decipher what I was doing. So if I was doing studying, I will highlight that pink. If I was doing something for my business, that would be another color. If I was doing something with my family, it was in the planner. It was scheduled. And that was another color. And then if anyone call and say, hey, I'm doing this or that, and I'll say, I have something scheduled. I'm sorry, but I can't attend. And you just have to be realistic with yourself. You don't have to tell anyone, what you're doing. I didn't really tell too many people what I was doing because I didn't want them to expect anything out of me. So it's totally up to you if you want to like have an accountability partner. I just kind of let my planner and the Lord kind of like be there and like, hey, you know what you're doing. You got to stay on task. Like stay focused. These are the things you need to do. So let's see. And just be prepared to succeed. Just be prepared to succeed. You just gotta stay focused. Again, please note that these tips and content will not be on either the real estate exam or the MBLEX exam. I just know what I use to study, and I passed on the first try. So I'm just trying to share some of the knowledge that or the tips that I actually use. All right. Studying and understanding the material is true fact. So know that you need to study and you need to understand what you're studying. So that's definitely something you need to realize. So I don't want to hold you up any much longer, but I do want to end with some positive notes. So beautiful world. We made it through day 1. This video is not edited, and I doubt if I will be editing any of my videos because I'm not that person, that techie person. I just want to get this information out there to you all, and hopefully someone can benefit from it. So please remember to follow me on Instagram or any of my other platforms. Like my videos, share with someone that may benefit from these studying tips. And remember, the word of God says, write the vision, make it plain. I'm going to say it again. Write the vision and make it plain. All right, so put that somewhere on your wall or somewhere near your computer, in your planner, just so you can see it every day, whatever your vision is, okay? So please continue to be happy and just enjoy your day, okay? And I will see you all next Wednesday for day 2 for real estate tips, and then the following week we will go with the MBLEX. tips. So we're kind of rotating.